Part 1. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 1. As soon as I woke up, the world had changed. Lin Chen touched his chin and thought a little melancholy. He leaned against the windowsill and looked out at the bustling society outside the window. In addition, there was also the anti-gravity speeding car racing in the sky. The most important thing, there are two moons hanging high in the sky. What the hell? Lin Chen rubbed his eyebrows and sorted out his memories. He was an orphan in his previous life, and he will be an orphan in this life too. Orphan mode. Protagonist mode. Lin Chen's eyes lit up. Lin Chen had read countless novels about this kind of parent's sacrifice to heaven. Did he become the protagonist? Lin Chen touched his chin and slowly thought, if this is the case, that would be great. However, even if you are an orphan, you must have a cute and sickly sister, or a very capable sister, capable in every sense of the word, or a big boss aunt. They respectively represent the three major genres: Lolita, royal sister, and mature woman. This is so uncomfortable, brother. Lin Chen touched his head and thought, I don't have a sister, I don't have an elder sister, and I don't even have an aunt. It's just like taking a photo to look like a family portrait. After all, he is a time traveler. Even if he is not the protagonist, then a golden finger is not too much. System, dad, grandpa, boss, damn, brother, stop playing with me, I really can't survive, Lin Chen shouted in his heart. Gan, Lin Chen hit the windowsill with his fist. Damn it! Pain, Lin Chen covered his fists, tears almost hurting, too hard. Oh my god, let's start this hell mode. We're not the protagonist, and we don't have any cheats. This is just a joke. Lin Chen was lying on the bed like a salted fish. As if he had lost his dream. If nothing else goes wrong, in tomorrow's college entrance examination, I will be a waste, the kind who didn't have 30 years of Hedong and 30 years of Hexi. Lin Chen curled his lips and thought. Tomorrow is the annual college entrance examination. The college entrance examination is a watershed no matter in which world. The same is true for this world. Thinking of this, Lin Chen felt a big headache. Gan. Lying on the bed, Lin Chen followed the practice method in his memory. It's called the Shenlong cultivation method. It sounds awesome, right, but it's actually made in China. It's all free online. You can find it as long as you want. The only thing, the advantage is that even people with poor qualifications can get started. The 9th level of black iron, logically speaking, he should not be a useless person. Lin Chen touched his chin and thought slowly. To put it bluntly, the realm of black iron is not difficult. The main thing is to condense the spiritual energy in the body to lay the foundation for the realm. Everyone can reach this realm. This is why Lin Chen has some uncertain reasons. Moreover, this world's special profession, Beast Master. The human federation spreads throughout the universe. It can be said to be the main profession. Of course, anyone can become a Beast Master. But there is a difference between qualifications and talent. Yes. There are 10 levels of qualifications in total. Poor, average, excellent, elite, perfect, legendary, epic, god level, super god level, emperor level. There are 10 levels in total, of course, from low to high. Talent to none, what a careful division. There is no need to say anything about this. Oh my god, forget it, after all, salted fish will still be salted fish even if he travels through time, so waste material will be waste material, Lin Chen thought slowly. Isn't there a saying that as long as I am useless, no one can take advantage of me? Just thinking about this, Lin Chen was half asleep and half awake, and it was the next morning. The next day, Lin Chen weakly came to the classroom of Shenglan Middle School. He lay on the table and yawned feebly. This is just a part of the college entrance examination, which is equivalent to the literary test. The martial arts test will not start until a month later. Lin Chen's other classmates all looked as if they had been shot. A bald man walked in with two investigators from the Human Federation. One of them was holding a strange thing in his hand, and the other was holding something like a black tower. A qualification stone for testing qualifications. Another talent stone for awakening talents. Lin Chen yawned, and tears couldn't stop overflowing from the corners of his eyes. He wiped his eyes. Lin Chen was stunned and looked in front of him the light blue attribute panel. God-level Beast Master System. Host, Lin Chen. Qualification, Emperor level, can be hidden. Talent, not yet awakened. System storage space, none, can only store products produced by the system space. Number of draws, 1. Evolution points, 0, basic draw is 100, intermediate is 1000, advanced is 10,000, supreme draw is 100,000 and golden items will be produced. Note, evolution points and 10 federal coins are equal to 1 evolution point. Do not recharge during the year. How can you become stronger with money? If you think about it carefully, you definitely can't become stronger without recharging money. It's possible that you can become stronger by recharging money, and it's just a different way to stay with you. Recharging money costs 10,000 evolution points. After that, the black market can be opened. Lin Chen's eyes couldn't help but twitch. The God-level Beast Master system in front of him has no strange system sounds. It's so simple and clear. The core idea can be used to make money, but not money. How do you become stronger? A strong aura of the Goose Factory came to his face, and Lin Chen seemed to see the man behind the evil penguin. He was smiling maliciously at himself. Lin Chen covered it reflexively. He lost his own liver. As we all know, Goose Factory's game not only earns money, but also earns liver. This system wouldn't be so boring. Lin Chen touched his liver with some fear and looked at the system panel in front of him. Lucky draw, and you'll get a free draw. Lin Chen looked at the lottery with some jealousy. As we all know, the games in Goose Factory are free. But there is another saying, the free ones are often the most expensive. Damn it, you damn old horse, I didn't expect you to let me go even after I arrived in another world. Lin Chen gritted his teeth and looked at the lottery number 1 with some reluctance. Give it a try and turn your bicycle into a motorcycle. I am willing to use my roommate's 10 years of life in exchange for a golden legend. Lin Chen directly clicked on the lottery. The data panel in front of him directly turned into a big carousel with boxes of various colors. Let's not talk about anything else. The more gorgeous the color, the more precious it is. Gold, gold, gold. Lin Chen looked like a gambling dog and stared at the big turntable in front of him. Ding. Finally, the pointer stopped on a golden box. Brilliant golden light burst out. Lin Chen was shocked and look around you and realize that only you can see, and then you feel relieved. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 2. Wow, golden legend. Lin Chen breathed a little quickly and looked in front of him. The golden treasure box that only he could see slowly opened. A finger high, wearing a white cloak with the word justice written on it, wearing sunglasses, and a yellow and white suit. A man appeared in front of Lin Chen. Soul of Kizaru, Golden Legend, Limited, Light Attribute, Humanoid Star Beast can be used. After use, the Star Beast will inherit all of Kizaru's abilities, but it needs to be developed slowly. Note, in terms of personality, he will gradually move closer to Kizaru. Damn, that's awesome. Lin Chen looked at the soul of Kizaru in front of him. It is indeed a golden legend. If it really inherits Kizaru's ability, it would be incredible. But there are many restrictions. It needs light attributes and humanoid-only star beasts can be used. This is a bit uncomfortable. As for the following comments, Lin Chen simply ignored it. Or he didn't notice it at all. At the same time, Lin Chen also learned that souls are generally divided into white and ordinary, cyan elite, and red perfect, purple king, golden legend, 5-color epic, 7-color god level, 9-color super god, chaos emperor level. What are other humanoid star beasts? Just like orcs standing on 2 feet are all humanoid star beasts. This is very simple. There are countless types of star beasts, just like there are countless types of Warcraft. But the ones with light attributes are obviously the particularly precious ones. Also, this qualification can be hidden. Lin Chen raised his eyebrows and directly clicked on the hidden options at the back. Sure enough, all the 10th level qualifications appeared in Lin Chen's eyes. My qualifications are Emperor level. But this is too ostentatious. If the ancestors stay, they will be destroyed by the wind even if they are beautiful in the forest. It's better to keep a low profile. Thinking about this, Lin Chen directly switched the epic to his own qualifications. If tested this way, Lin Chen would have epic qualifications, and the real emperor level qualifications would be hidden. Only Lin Chen himself knows. As for why he keeps a low profile, no, just adjust it to a lower level. Of course, Lin Chen also has his own ideas. It is also a good thing to show his talents appropriately and get the attention of the Federation and the tilt of resources. He really regards himself as a pig, isn't that what he said? If you pretend to be a pig and eat a tiger, you might really turn into a pig. This is just right, the qualifications are outstanding, but it will not cause too much trouble. According to what I know from memory, the trillions of people in the Federation are super gods. He has the qualifications, but he really doesn't have the emperor level. This is a qualification that has been speculated. And those beings with super god qualifications, who are not announced until they have reached their peak, are afraid of dying. After all, in the universe, there are no human beings, there are still quite a lot of hostile races. It's better to be more stable. On the other side, the test is also continuing. The test is divided into 2 aspects, one is qualifications, and the other is talent. Qualifications represent future achievements and potential, and talent depends on the individual. Yes, some have it, some don't, but people with talent often go further than people without talent. Of course, this is not absolute. If you have talent and don't work hard, then even the best talent will be wasted. The next Lin Chen, as the dull voice of Lin Chen's head teacher, the bald man, sounded. Lin Chen came to his senses, saw all the classmates looking at him, stood up with some embarrassment, and walked towards the podium. Don't be nervous, enter your federal ID number. One of the federal investigators smiled kindly at Lin Chen and said. Oh, Lin Chen nodded and used the optical brain watch in his hand to scan directly at the scanning port. Lin Chen's information appeared in the federal investigator's optical brain. The optical brain is connected to the regular human federation's the central database. Basically everyone in the federation is in it. A mechanical voice sounded. Lin Chen, male, 16 years old, orphan, member of the Human Federation Shenlong Empire. Take a look, is there anything wrong? The investigator said to Lin Chen. Lin Chen nodded and took a careful look. There was no problem. No problem, let's get started. Test your qualifications first. The investigator placed the qualification stone pillar in front of Lin Chen. Lin Chen held it directly with his hand. The qualification stone pillar in the shape of a 10th level pagoda lit up section by section, and did not stop until it reached the 7th level. Epic, the investigator took a deep breath and looked at Lin Chen's qualifications. He didn't expect that there was a monster with epic attack qualifications in this third-rate high school. Come on the testing side, the investigator took a deep breath and said to Lin Chen. Lin Chen raised his eyebrows, and placed his hand on the stone pillar in Zazi. The light slowly rose. As before, the 7 figures representing epic qualifications, the stone pillars are cool. Lin Chen's qualifications are epic, the investigator loudly announced Lin Chen's qualifications. Congratulations, classmate Lin Chen, the investigator said with a smile on his face, while recording Lin Chen's qualifications in the optical brain. Damn it! Lin Chen actually has epic qualifications. This guy usually doesn't say anything. Damn it, a boss wouldn't do that. If I had known earlier, I would have established a good relationship with this guy. I feel like I lost 100 million. This is more than 100 million. When this guy grows up, he will at least be the master of a planet. It's so sad. Of course, these are the words of male classmate Lin Chen. There are also words of some female classmates. Wow, classmate Lin Chen is so handsome. People really like this type. What do you think? Do you have nothing in mind? Classmate Lin Chen will definitely not like you like this. Where can you see yourself going? Quiet, Lin Chen's class teacher, a bald man who was still very authoritative, roared in a deep voice. The regular classroom became quiet. Congratulations, classmate Lin Chen. If you have any requirements, please tell me and I will apply to the school, Lin Chen's class teacher Zhang Qiang said to Lin Chen with a smile on his face. Well, good teacher, Lin Chen nodded expressionlessly, but he was confused in his heart. Are epic qualifications very good? Of course they are good. In Lin Chen's opinion, epic qualifications are low-key enough, but if you think about it carefully, epic qualifications are more in theory. There are only 3 levels of qualifications that can exceed the epic level qualifications, but in fact there are only 2. God level, super God level qualifications are beyond the imagination of ordinary people, even legends are a luxury. The emperor level has been said before theoretical qualifications. The Federation has never really appeared except for Lin Chen. Of course, this is for ordinary people. The most critical epic level is not the mainland product that Lin Chen thought. The premise of this mainland product is to be established in the regular human federation for a population of trillions. What is the concept of trillions? Even if 100,000 people produce an epic level being, it is an astronomical figure. But for these ordinary people, beings with epic level qualifications grow up and become there is no problem for the owner of this planet. Big discount for Dragon Boat Festival reading. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Grab a deposit now. Event time, June 22nd to June 24th. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 3. Classmate Lin Chen, please put your hand on the talent awakening crystal now. Just input your own spiritual power. After investigating, he said to Lin Chen with a kind tone, even a bit of compliment. Lin Chen nodded. Are people so realistic nowadays? Weren't they all smiling before? Hands down on the talent crystal. Input your own spiritual power. The talent crystal shone with light, and strange phenomena began to appear on the top of Lin Chen's head. A huge eye appeared on the top of Lin Chen's head. The manifestation of Lin Chen's talent. This huge eye seems to know everything in the world. People who are stared at by this eye basically have a hint of unnaturalness in their eyes, as if they have been seen through by this eye. Fortunately, the vision will soon come true. Disappeared. Lin Chen's hand also let go of the awakening crystal. A trace of surprise and understanding flashed in his eyes. Lin Chen already knew very well what his talent was. Congratulations to Lin Chen, for awakening your talent. But classmate Lin Chen, can you tell me the name of your talent? I'd like to record it, the investigator said to Lin Chen humbly. The all-seeing eye? Lin Chen said slowly. The all-seeing eye? Okay, I understand, classmate Lin Chen, you can go back to your seat and rest first, the investigator said with a smile on his face. Lin Chen nodded. Return to his seat. Lin Chen looked at those classmates showing kindness to him and turned a blind eye. Lin Chen could not be unclear about their thoughts. But it's still early. Lin Chen didn't think about what to do. After the entire class was tested, Zhang Qiang, Lin Chen's class teacher, said, "Come with me, Lin Chen, the others are waiting in the classroom." Meeting. Lin Chen was a little confused, but since Zhang Qiang said so, Lin Chen also stood up and followed Zhang Qiang out of the classroom. He walked towards the teacher's building. "Follow me. You will meet the principal of Shenglan Middle School later. If you have any requests, please feel free to ask," Zhang Qiang said to Lin Chen while leading the way. "Okay, teacher, but don't you have to go to the school's breeding base to sign a star beast later?" Lin Chen said slowly. "Generally speaking, after the awakening test, you can sign up for the star beasts. The star beasts in the school's breeding base are all cubs. They are managed and provided by the Federation. Basically every middle school everyone has such a base. Geniuses always have privileges. This is an unchanging truth in this world. The first star beast is not particularly important to the beast master, but it still has a big impact in the initial stage. There are some things you don't know, but it's not a secret thing. People with qualifications that reach legendary or above have a privilege," Zhang Qiang said slowly. "Privilege?" Lin Chen looked at Zhang Qiang in surprise. "That's right, it's a privilege. You can have an opportunity to choose a star beast independently. Choose the star beast you want. The Federation will provide it for you, but don't make it too beautiful, it will only be provided within a certain range," Zhang Qiang said in a deep voice. "That's it," Lin Chen nodded to show that he understood, "which means he can put forward conditions, but don't go too far." Thinking of this, Lin Chen thought of the soul of the yellow ape in the storage space of his system. The light attribute, humanoid star beast. These two conditions shouldn't be too difficult. It's good to know. Let's go. The principal is still waiting, I just informed him, Zhang Qiang said in a deep voice. Lin Chen nodded and followed Zhang Qiang into the classroom building and arrived at the door of a room on the top of the building. "Go in, I will go back first. Your classmates are still waiting for me to take them to the breeding base to choose to sign the star beast," Zhang Qiang said slowly. "Okay, Teacher Zhang," Lin Chen nodded and said, then opened the door and walked in. Inside the principal's office. Lin Chen. It was different from what Lin Chen imagined. He originally thought he was a white-haired old man full of kindness, or a cold-faced Bingshan royal sister. But the reality is so outrageous. A man wearing beach shorts, a floral t-shirt on his upper body with bronzed skin exposed, an unshaven beard, and eye mucus in the corners of his eyes, wearing slippers, is on the desk. The middle-aged man on the screen was watching a short movie with a jealous and lewd expression on his face. The sound of ah was coming from the projection. Lin Chen thought he had walked out of the place. As soon as he turned around, he heard the sound ring. "Kid, come back." Are you the principal of Shenglan High School?" Lin Chen asked cautiously. "If I'm not, then you are. And you have studied at Shenglan High School for 3 years and you don't know that I am the principal." Xiao Sa looked at Lin Chen with a half smile but not a smile. "Lin Chen. Who the hell do you know you are the principal, and what if you have studied for 3 years? How can you be the principal in your heart? No B number? I'm afraid not a single one of the thousands of students in the school knows you." "Okay, kid, what are your qualifications?" Xiao Sa asked Lin Chen. "Back to the principal, epic." Lin Chen said honestly. "It's epic, not bad. By the way, if you have any requests, just say them directly, I'm very busy," Xiao Sa said slowly. There was a glint in his eyes. "What about a light attributed, human-like star beast?" Lin Chen said weakly. "That's it." Xiao Sa looked at Lin Chen and raised an eyebrow, and said with some curiosity. "Well, that's it, Lin Chen nodded. There are many star beast cubs of this type. Wait, take a look and choose for yourself, Xiao Sa said to Lin Chen, and directly switched the short movie on the projection to the star beast page. He connected with the main brain of the school's star beast parenting base. Light soldier elf, light wolf beast. Lin Chen was dazzled by what he saw. These are all cubs. No one knows what they will look like after they evolve. I would recommend the light soldier elf. This type of star beast has great potential for evolution, and its quality is not low. The light warrior master after 3 evolutions is also one of the powerful star beasts, Xiao Sa said slowly. Seeing this, Lin Chen hesitated. To be honest, if you just look at the picture, you can't see anything good or bad at all. Thinking of this, Lin Chen thought of his own talent. The omniscient eye? Well, principal, can you let me go to the scene and have a look? Lin Chen said slowly. Xiao Sa wiped his chin, and then nodded okay. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 4. As for why you need to go to the scene to see it, of course it is because the star beasts are also qualified: black iron, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, king, legend, epic, myth. There are 10 levels of qualifications in total. It just so happens that Lin Chen's talent is the omniscient eye, so he can see the star beast's talent. And to be precise about the star beasts, every star beast has the possibility of infinite evolution. Yes, the possibility of infinite evolution. The star beast is a very magical creature. Creatures that can evolve due to changes in the outside world, in the field of biology, are star beasts, which are a perfect biological race. But fortunately, the star beast itself is a peace-loving creature, which is completely different from the Warcraft. However, occasionally a demonized star beast will appear. Every demonized star beast is a horrific disaster. Based on the star beast itself, how to cultivate it will evolve due to external relationships and influences. The star beast after being demonized even inherited such characteristics. Every demonized star beast is a terrifying killing weapon. And even the same type of star beast may evolve into various new evolutionary races due to differences in cultivation or living environment. However, because the birth time of star beasts is so long ago, the types and evolved postures of star beasts are basically the same. It has been counted, but of course it is not completely counted. It is normal for news of new evolutionary postures to appear every once in a while. Theoretically speaking, star beasts have unlimited evolution possibilities, but of course they are just scientists' theories. However, in the existing evolutionary training system, the star beasts will evolve according to their preferences when they are young, so that the star beasts can develop strengths beyond their own level. All in all, the star beast is a very magical creature. Back to topic. Xiao Sa took Lin Chen directly to the nurturing base of Shenglin Middle School. On the way here, Xiao Sa conveyed the order to gather the light-attributed, human-like star beasts. Wait until Xiao Sa and Lin Chen come here. Hundreds of light and humanoid star beast cubs appeared in front of Lin Chen. All the light attribute and humanoid star beast cubs from Shenglin Middle School are here, Xiao Sa said casually. The all-seeing eye, a purple light flashed deep in Lin Chen's eyes and disappeared. Densely packed data appeared in front of Lin Chen's eyes. Most of them were bronze and silver. Lin Chen couldn't help but be a little disappointed. It seemed impossible to pick up the leaks. Yes, that's right. It's relatively a third-rate high school, so it's good to have one. What more bicycles are needed? Finally, Lin Chen chose a light soldier elf. It looks very energetic and active. The most important thing seems to be a bully elf. There are no other star beasts around this light soldier elf, which shows how domineering this light soldier elf is. The light soldier elf is shaped like a yellow elongated version of a 5-pointed star. Look, the 5 corners are the head, hands, and feet. When fighting, they can condense their own light elements and form various weapons to fight. The all-seeing eye, Lin Chen used the omniscient eye directly on this light soldier elf. Detailed attributes appeared in front of Lin Chen. Name, Light Soldier Elf. Race, Star Beast. Attribute, Light. Qualification, Silver. Strength, Black Iron 9 level. Skills, Light Element Mimicry, Flash. Personality, Domineering hobbies. Love learning, learning makes me happy. Note, books on weapons, love fighting. Like to break up fights, physical break-up fights. Evolution, Evolution 1, Light Mage, requires Brilliance Crystal, Evolution 2, Light Warrior, requires, Evolution 3, Light and Dark Warrior, requires. Lin Chen. Okay, that's it, Lin Chen slowly pointed at the bully light soldier elf and said slowly. Oh? You sure? Xiao Sa looked at Lin Chen and asked. Sure, Lin Chen nodded. That works, Xiao Sa nodded and said to the people on the side. Soon the light soldier elf was brought to Lin Chen. He also had a curious and dazed look on his face. He was very concerned about the surrounding environment. Curious. The elves have brought it to you, it's up to you whether you can handle it or not, Xiao Sa looked at Lin Chen with a playful smile and said. Signing a contract is not an easy task, especially for novices. Star beasts are also intelligent creatures and have their own preferences. It does not mean that an individual will agree with them. You sign a contract. They will also choose. It is impossible to force this. What is needed is the consent of both parties. The signing of the contract does not mean that you are the master of the star beast, but more of a companion. The star beast grows very slowly. When you sign a contract with someone, you can grow quickly. People can also rely on the star beast's feedback to quickly improve their strength. Lin Chen naturally knows that Xiao Sa intends to see the joke of his own defeat. He doesn't care, squatted down and looked at the little light soldier elf in front of him. Hello, my name is Lin Chen. Lin Chen stretched out his hand and looked at the light soldier elf with a kind smile. The curious light soldier elf was startled. Sigma. Just, the next moment, he yelled at Lin Chen as if to save his own face. But the sound was a little cute. Lin Chen couldn't help but feel funny. I want to sign a contract with you. Are you willing to be my partner? Lin Chen said slowly while looking at the light soldier elf. The light soldier elf was unmoved and looked at Lin Chen defensively. Lin Chen raised his eyebrows. The smile in Xiao Sa's eyes almost filled the air. Every time he saw when these novices signed the contract, Xiao Sa seemed to see himself before. He never tires of it. Well, you should like reading books. After you follow me, I can give you a lot of things you like to read, such as various weapons and the like. And if you like fighting, I can take you to fight in various parts of the universe. It's better than just stay here, Lin Chen said slowly. The light soldier elf looked at Lin Chen, a little moved, and his expression relaxed a lot. And my qualifications are epic, I think I will be of great help to your growth, Lin Chen said with a smile. The light soldier elf looked at Lin Chen with eyes shining. The most important thing is that I can make you stronger and make various training plans for you. As for evolution, it depends on your wishes. You can evolve into whatever you want. Lin Chen said slowly. Just, the light soldier elf shouted, rolled his little eyes, then looked at Lin Chen and nodded. Then let's start signing the contract, Lin Chen looked at the light soldier elf with a smile. A drop of blood must have come out from Lin Chen's fingertips, and the light soldier elf directly integrated it into his body without any hesitation. A bloody five-pointed star array appeared in front of the light soldier elf. Above his head, and then disappeared. The contract was established. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 5. Just, the light soldier elf jumped up happily. He threw himself into Lin Chen's arms. A weak connection appeared on the light soldier elf. Lin Chen knew that the light soldier elite had signed a contract with him. Lin Chen, with a joyful expression on his face, he touched the light soldier elf in his arms. It was as soft as touching velvet, and it was very comfortable. This kid is quite capable. Xiao Sa looked at Lin Chen and raised an eyebrow. She didn't expect Lin Chen to have such a high affinity for star beasts. He signed the contract so easily. Although these young star beasts were originally prepared for those who had just signed a star beast contract. But Lin Chen was able to sign a contract with the light soldier elf in such a short period of time, and his own affinity with the star beasts is not small. If you are happy, you will be happy to go home. Come with me now, kid, Xiao Sa said to Lin Chen. With a trace of doubt in Lin Chen's eyes, he followed Xiao Sa out of the star beast breeding base with the light soldier elf in his arms. The light soldier elf in Lin Chen's arms was like a curious baby, looking east, look to the west, everything seems to be banging, so brave. Logically speaking, the average star beast child has never been exposed to outside things since birth, and has a cautious and timid attitude towards everything. But the light soldier elf seemed a little too excited. He jumped directly from Lin Chen's arms. While walking, he looked at it, and sometimes he would run over and touch it. Lin Chen looked at the light soldier elf's performance and touched it. Touching my chin, I think it's okay. Xiao Sa brought Lin Chen all the way to the office. Sit, Xiao Sa said casually, took out a bottle of water of life, and drank it. In this summer, we still need water of life to quench our thirst, Xiao Sa nodded with satisfaction. The corners of Lin Chen's eyes twitched when he saw it. Do you know why I called you here? Xiao Sa burped and said to Lin Chen with slightly narrowed eyes. Have no idea, Lin Chen looked at Xiao Sa and the corner of his mouth twitched. If the principal has anything to do, just tell him. Lin Chen looked at Xiao Sa and said speechlessly. Don't call me principal, call me brother. I'm still very young. I'm only 560 years old this year, Xiao Sa narrowed her eyes slightly and said. Lin Chen. 560 years old is still young? By the way, I forgot to mention something. This time, the St. Langxing College entrance examination competition will have universities from all over the Federation coming to watch the competition. Keep the seeds. It's hard to say how strong you are, but your talent is indeed good. In this way, you only need to, if you get among the top 10 in this college entrance examination competition, I will reward you with a king-level cultivation method. If you get first place, I will give you an emperor-level cultivation method, Xiao Sa said with a smile. Lin Chen. You must be drunk, return to the king-level cultivation method, the emperor-level cultivation method. The skills in this world are divided into ordinary, advanced, super, and king level. Emperor level, saint level, god level, 8 levels of exercises. Shenglan Middle School, a third-rate high school, has a super exercise method that is pretty good. Return to king level, emperor level. Boy, do you think I'm bragging? Xiao Sa smiled and looked at Lin Chen and said slowly. Lin Chen didn't speak, just looked at Xiao Sa. Let's put it this way, I am not from St. Langxing, I just committed some crimes, so I came here. I only have one emperor-level technique, and it looks pretty good. You don't have to worry about me lying to you, as long as you get the first place, it's yours, Xiao Sa said to Lin Chen. A projection appeared in front of Lin Chen. Titanium immortal body. Damn it, Lin Chen looked at this cultivation method called titanium immortal body, which is the most important bodybuilding method among the cultivation methods. How about it, kid? Xiao Sa looked at Lin Chen with a smile. No problem, but principal, can you give me some resources? Lin Chen said slowly. In terms of resources, what do you want? Xiao Sa looked at Lin Chen and asked. For it? I haven't thought about it yet, but I'll wait for a while. Lin Chen thought about it and it seems that he really doesn't need anything now. It's not impossible to ask for money directly, but it's a bit of a waste. Compared to money, there are more rare resources that are the most valuable. Precious. Okay, just come to me when you think about it. By the way, this is my private communication number. Just come to me when you think about it, Xiao Sa said to Lin Chen. Well, okay brother Xiao, Lin Chen nodded. Okay, you go back first, Xiao Sa waved his hand. Lin Chen nodded. Then he left Xiao Sa's office directly. In order to avoid trouble, Lin Chen returned home directly. Lin Chen doesn't have to go to school for the next month. 1 month of college entrance examination competition. It was time for Lin Chen to go. Watching Lin Chen leave, Xiao Sa had a smile on his face. Epic kid, yes, but this world is very big. Mad, I just don't know when I can leave this planet. Didn't those damn old men just kill some scum? What's the big deal? You have to train a freshman who enters the top 10 universities in the Federation before you can go back. Isn't this nonsense? Shenglin High School is indeed good. That was before, but now it is a mess. If it didn't have symbolic meaning, it would be gone long ago, Xiao Sa slowly thought with a grumble. There are 6 billion people in Shenglin Star. The college entrance examination on the entire planet is equivalent to being number 1 in the world in the previous life. Being able to rank in the top 10,000 is not bad. The top 10 is no longer good. It's just a question of qualifications. Forget it, I hope this kid can live up to his expectations. After waiting for decades, a good seedling will finally appear this year. There is a chance. Xiao Sa touched his chin and thought slowly. It's a pity that we can't use the previous relationship now. Otherwise, it would be safe to just bring a diamond cup over, Xiao Sa thought a little irritably. But special training is still necessary, Xiao Sa thought in a deep voice. Of course, Lin Chen didn't know what Xiao Sa was thinking and what kind of mental journey he had gone through. Lin Chen returned to his home. Release the light soldier elf from the pet space. This is the Beast Master. One of the abilities is also the most basic ability. You can put the Star Beast into your own beast control space. This is the ability that you will have when you sign the Star Beast. There is nothing to say. Lin Chen looked at the energetic man in front of him. The somewhat over-the-top light soldier elf is jumping up and down at home. He is giggling. Little guy, come here first. I'll give you a name first. It's not good to always call you Guangbing or little guy, Lin Chen looked at the light soldier elf and said slowly. The light soldier elf tilted his head and looked at Lin Chen. How about calling you Xiao Guang? Lin Chen looked at the light soldier elf. The light soldier elf shook his head. Xiao Huang? Noob. A Guang, Lin Chen said a few names in succession, and the light soldier elves shook their heads. This doesn't work, that doesn't work, then why don't we call you a bully? Lin Chen looked at the light soldier elf angrily. Who knew the light soldier elf had a light in his eyes and nodded desperately. Lin Chen. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 6. Lin Chen looked at the bully and didn't know what to say. To be honest, I know that Star Beast has its own personality. But this was the first time I saw Lin Chen with such a personality. Okay, bullies can be bullies, as long as you like it, Lin Chen touched his chin and said slowly while looking at the light soldier elf in front of him. Then Lin Chen took out the soul of Kizaru from the system storage space. The bully was like a dog who couldn't move his eyes away after seeing shit. Just right, a rapid voice came from the bully's mouth. Wanted, Lin Chen looked at the bully with a smile on his lips. The bully nodded. Seeing the bully's little eyes moving with his hands, Lin Chen smiled and did not tease the bully more. This was originally prepared for the bully. Otherwise, Lin Chen would not ask Xiao Sa for these conditions. For you, Lin Chen said to the bully, placing the soul of the yellow ape directly in front of the bully. The bully's face was filled with excitement, and his round five-pointed hand directly took the soul of the yellow ape from Lin Chen's hand. Golden light rose, the soul of Kizaru merged directly with the bully. The all-seeing eye, Lin Chen looked at the bully shrouded in golden light. A countdown appeared on it that only Lin Chen could see. 2 hours. There are still 2 hours left, practice first, Lin Chen murmured. The Star Beast's feedback is based on the fact that every time it breaks through, it will feed back to the Beast Master. And the Star Beast's feedback is not based on the qualifications of the Star Beast, but the qualifications of the Beast Master. According to the qualifications, from low to high, it is about 1% to 10% of the spiritual power to repay. For example, Lin Chen's repayment is 10%. As an existence with the highest qualifications of the Emperor level. 10% is not a lot, seeing the strength of the beast is based on the qualifications of the Star Beast, and there are no restrictions on the signing of the Beast Master. In other words, you can sign the Star Beast without any restrictions. But another prerequisite is that you can withstand the feedback energy of the Star Beast. Star Beasts and Beast Masters are different. The spiritual power that Star Beasts of the same realm can carry is basically more than twice that of Beast Masters. And the higher the qualification, the higher the upper limit it can carry. Although the feedback is only 10%, but that is based on the total spiritual power of the Star Beasts. The Shenlong Cultivation Method. The popular practice method promoted by the Shenlong Empire under the Human Federation is to lay a good foundation for ordinary people, such as orphans like Lin Chen. Even if they don't family background, but the most basic cultivation method is still there. The Shenlong cultivation method does nothing else, it just polishes oneself. The spiritual power cultivated is relatively gentle and nourishes the body more. It is just to prove that the Shenlong cultivation method is quite good. Damn it, in layman's terms, it's a health-preserving technique, you understand. Lin Chen silently sat cross-legged on the sofa, running the Shenlong cultivation technique. The spiritual power in his body was running, and he felt warm and comfortable. Yes. This is Lin Chen's first time practicing, and it feels pretty good. That's the potential of the Shenlong cultivation method. How to practice it, what are the limitations of the method, and where can it be lifted? As for those who use Jichu to practice, Lin Chen experienced it personally and felt that it was bullshit. The basic cultivation method is so unreliable, so why are there divisions into levels and a peerless cultivation method? Appeared, isn't this nonsense? After practicing for a while, Lin Chen opened his eyes, with a hint of helplessness in his eyes. The spiritual power in his body has reached saturation, and it will be useless if he continues to practice. It seems that I still need to develop a good practice method, Lin Chen murmured to himself. The system realm of cultivation in this world, black iron, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, king, morning star, shining moon, shining sun. At present, Lin Chen knows so much, Lin Chen didn't know whether there was any more above. Then Lin Chen directly entered the virtual world, using the optical brain watch on his hand to directly enter the virtual world. The entire virtual world is known as the second world of the Federation. Generally speaking, it is a virtual world that can accommodate almost everyone in the Federation to enter at the same time. It also has various games and entertainment and other things. There is also a system for fighting in the virtual space. It's just the watch on Lin Chen's hand. It still can't support Lin Chen to enter the virtual space to engage in virtual battles. To put it simply, it's too rubbish. Being able to support Lin Chen to enter the virtual space by surfing the internet is already the limit. 2 hours have passed. Lin Chen also retreated from the virtual space with unsatisfied thoughts. Come out. Watch the golden light shrouding the bully's body flashing continuously. Only Lin Chen can see the countdown. When the countdown reaches 0, the golden flash on the bully's body also turns into starlight and shatters, disappearing in front of Lin Chen. The bully who originally had a yellow body is now a little thicker in color. In addition, his energy is also fuller. In addition, he has grown a little taller. In the past, it was probably around Lin Chen's calf, but now it has almost reached the position of Lin Chen's knees. Omniscient Eye. Lin Chen uses his talent to look at the bully. Name, Light Soldier Elf, Bully. Potential value, 5%, 95%. Race, Star Beast. Attribute, Light. Qualification, Legendary. Strength, Black Iron level 9. Skills, Light Elemental Mimicry, Flash, Elemental Body, Laser. Personality. Just, the bully looked at Lin Chen and shouted energetically. Lin Chen touched his chin and looked at the bully. There are two ways for star beasts to increase their strength. One is to devour treasures and spiritual objects with the same attributes. The other is evolution. Evolution is also one of the best ways to improve strength, and it is also a way that many beast masters choose. After all, in addition to becoming more powerful, the star beasts after evolution also become more powerful in appearance. There will be changes, and no one doesn't like it. But Lin Chen still respects the bully's wishes. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 7. Lin Chen looked at the bully. In addition to 2 more skills, he also had an additional potential attribute. Lin Chen looked carefully at the row of potential values. I have some enlightenment in my heart. The so-called potential value means that the bully's potential has not been fully developed at this stage. Then Lin Chen came to a conclusion. The potential value means that the potential of the bully at this stage has not been fully explored. If the bully is allowed to evolve directly, too much potential will be wasted. Potential value is very important. But before thinking about it, Lin Chen didn't see the potential value in the bully's attribute column. Could it be that the previous bully's qualifications and potential were too low, and there was no need to develop them, so they were not shown? Lin Chen slowly thought that this is the only explanation for the current situation. After integrating the soul of Kizaru, not only does it have 2 more skills, but its qualifications have also become legendary qualifications, and the room for growth has been greatly improved. Before the potential is developed, let the bully not rush to evolve, Lin Chen thought with a smile on his lips. His talent is really good. By the way, let's try the skills mastered by the bully first. Lin Chen's face darkened when he thought of this. He thought he had thought about it, but he had no money. This is the biggest problem. You can't try it at home. Go to the training venue. It looks like it's not going to work. Just go to the park. Lin Chen slowly thought that there was a park near his home where there were not many people and it was quiet. Thinking of this, Lin Chen took the bully out directly. But because the bully didn't like to stay in the beast control space, Lin Chen could only let the bully walk towards the park with the bully. Along the way, the bully looked east and west, like a curious baby. There were also star beasts on the road, but most of them were pets and not very powerful in combat. Star Beast. Lin Chen took the bully to a deserted place. Bully, come show off your skills and let me see how Wei Li does. Lin Chen looked at the bully and said softly. Just, the bully nodded. Try the elemental body first, Lin Chen said to the bully. The bully nodded, his body shone with light, and turned directly into the light element. Lin Chen couldn't help but touch it with his hand, and found that it was quite interesting. He couldn't touch it at all. Okay, let's try the laser, but don't point it at me, point it at the big tree in front. Lin Chen touched the bully's little head. Just, the bully shouted. His short little hand condensed a yellow light, and it burst out instantly. It penetrated the big tree, and there was an explosion. The sound of the explosion was not loud, but in this quiet environment it's not small. And in terms of power, it directly explodes a 1-meter-sized pit. It's already very good. After all, the bully is still young, and the most important thing is that the bully has just merged with the soul of Kizaru. Just, the bully's eyes sparkled and he shouted happily. "Try the glitter again," Lin Chen said to the bully. The bully nodded, and the light attribute condensed on the bully's pointed head. A dazzling light rose. Damn it, Lin Chen was unprepared, with tears streaming down his face. He had to use his spiritual power to soften it before it was okay. He opened his eyes and looked at the bully, who was looking at him with joy on his face. Lin Chen glared angrily. "Bully. Bully finally tries elemental mimicry," Lin Chen said slowly. Bully, as the star beast named after the light soldier elf, has an elemental mimicry skill. It can condense various weapons to fight. But after seeing Bully's elemental mimicry, Lin Chen's mind was filled with questions. There was only one sentence the words echoed in Lin Chen's mind. "Sir, times have changed." A golden pistol appeared in front of Lin Chen's eyes. The corner of Lin Chen's mouth twitched. Just, the bully happily touched his condensed slave pistol. Although it only had one shape, he still liked it very much. He waved his short hand and showed off to Lin Chen. "Where did you see this ancient weapon?" The corner of Lin Chen's mouth twitched and he looked at the pistol in the bully's hand. Ancient is indeed ancient. For the interstellar society, this weapon is really an ancient primitive weapon. Although I know that the mimic pistol in the bully's hand it looked like gold. But in fact, there is no real pistol that can fire bullets. It's just the appearance. The bully seemed to have noticed this, and waved the pistol with a trace of dissatisfaction in his heart, shouting at Lin Chen. The corner of Lin Chen's mouth twitched. "You mean this pistol is different from what you saw, right?" Lin Chen said slowly. "Just right, right, right," the bully nodded hurriedly and put the golden pistol in front of Lin Chen. There was really a trigger condensed underneath. "This is a pistol, a very ancient weapon, and its appearance alone is not enough. You need to know how it works," Lin Chen patiently explained. Just, the bully tilted his head and looked at Lin Chen. Then he seemed to understand something and felt a little disappointed. Lin Chen touched his chin and looked at the bully. He finally understood what was extraordinary about this little guy. "Bully, do you really want to condense a real pistol?" Lin Chen asked the bully. Just, the bully nodded fiercely. "Okay, let's go back. I will find information for you, but you need to learn slowly." "Are you sure you can really persist?" Lin Chen asked the bully. "Precisely," the bully yelled twice and nodded, looking at Lin Chen with bright eyes. It was so bright. He pulled Lin Chen and walked towards home. "Okay, don't worry, go eat first, and then solve your food problem," Lin Chen said slowly. "After much deliberation, it is safest to ask Xiao Sa for some money. On the one hand, he needs money to maintain his living expenses. After all, the star beast is a bottomless gold-swallowing beast. He just eats. In terms of food, it is not only necessary to eat well, but also to eat nutritiously. For example, the light attribute foods suitable for bullies are very expensive. Lin Chen is an orphan, and his monthly living expenses are obtained from the relief station. Barely able to maintain his own life. As for deposits, there is no need to think about it. It is completely out of the question." Thinking of this, Lin Chen directly called Xiao Sa. "Boy, have you decided what you want?" Xiao Sa's projection ejected, and there were two women with magnificent justice next to them, hugging each other. "Think about it, brother Xiao, can you lend me some money?" Lin Chen said slowly. "This is easy to say, but I don't have much now." 1 million is not enough, Xiao Sa said slowly. Enough, Lin Chen nodded. Is 1 million enough? It's definitely not enough, but it's enough now. Okay, I'll forward it to you later. By the way, come find me at school tomorrow. Also, there's no need to borrow anything else. Just treat it as a gift from me. It's the best thing for me if you get good grades in the college entrance examination. The reward is there, Xiao Sa said with a smile. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 8. Looking at Xiao Sa hanging up the phone, Lin Chen shrugged. As for whether the money should be paid back, it must be paid back. It is not much for Xiao Sa. But for Lin Chen, it was an astronomical figure. If it was just for living, it would be enough for Lin Chen to use for decades, but for cultivating star beasts, it would not be enough at all. Star beasts can also eat ordinary food, but for star beasts, the best food is food of the same attribute. This will also allow the star beast to start growing. As for making money, Lin Chen also had an idea in mind. But this idea is not realistic yet because it is not yet stable. We should wait until after the college entrance examination to decide which school to go to. The 1 million federal coins borrowed from Xiao Sa now are enough. In a month, it should, probably be possible. Lin Chen took the bully directly to have a simple meal. After spending 20 federal coins, while eating, Xiao Sa directly called over 1 million federal coins. Lin Chen suddenly felt confident again. He took the bully directly to the Star Beast food store. I went in and spent more than 200,000 to buy 100 light crystals and some auxiliary drugs. Again, Lin Chen walked out with 2 big bags, his heart was bleeding. Looking at the bully who was still curious, his face darkened. 100 light attribute crystals cost Lin Chen 100,000, in addition, those auxiliary drugs, such as Yunling powder, can help star beasts improve their control over spiritual power. One bottle costs 10,000, which can be used by the bully about 5 times. Lin Chen directly bought 5 bottles. The rest are some spiritual fruits. A total of 60,000 to 70,000 of them. Walk home, Lin Chen said to the bully. He was carrying 2 bags, and the bully was also holding a bag of spiritual fruits. When Lin Chen got home, the bully put down his things, ran to Lin Chen, and shouted. He gestured for a while. Yes, Lin Chen then remembered what the bully was trying to do. It turned out that this guy still remembered what he told it. Wait. Eat the spiritual fruit first. Lin Chen said to the bully, and placed a yellow spiritual fruit that looked like an apple in front of the bully. The bully took it, opened his mouth and bit it down, squinting his eyes slightly, enjoying the sweet spiritual fruit. Lin Chen also found information about antique-level weapons for the bully on the optical brain watch, as well as some knowledge about physics. After all, we can't delay our children from going to college. Looking at the bully who was eating deliciously, Lin Chen, the corners of his mouth twitched, and each one costs thousands of dollars. It's so expensive. As for the Yunling powder, use it after training, take a bath, and the effect will be even better. It won't apply now, until after the official training tomorrow, in use. When Lin Chen pulled out the information, he placed it directly in front of the bully. The bully's eyes were straight, looking at the various parameters on the projection, as well as the information and structural tutorials. This kind of thing belongs to the antique class. Nowadays, on the internet, except for some people who are interested in these antiques, it is basically nothing. The most powerful weapon in the Human Federation now? The Starfield Annihilation Cannon. It is comparable to the God's weapon. It requires 10 star-level energy cores to activate. One shot can directly destroy a star field. Of course, this kind of weapon belongs to the town clan and is generally not used easily. Therefore, pistols and other ammunition-filled weapons are antique weapons. The parameters and structure are listed on the internet. Just look them up and you will know. Not only pistols, but also Dongfeng Express and the like, which are like toys nowadays, as well as nuclear weapons. But Lin Chen planned to let the bully learn things from a young age. Now the bully's spiritual power is only so much, how much can it mimic? Watching the bully's eyes shining brightly at these weapon parameters, Lin Chen turned on the system. 110,000, now Lin Chen still has 730,000 left. There are still 730,000. Leave 600,000 to the bully as living expenses, and put all the remaining 130,000 into it, Lin Chen thought slowly. He opened the recharge entrance of the system. Manual recharge is correct. He entered 130,000. Lin Chen looked at his balance and saw that 130,000 was deducted and 600,000 was left. System panel: the evolution points on the computer have gone from 0 to 13,000 points. Give it a try and turn your bicycle into a motorcycle. Lin Chen looked at the lottery panel in front of him with some jealousy. Beginner, intermediate, advanced, supreme. Don't think about supreme. 100,000 times, that's 1 million federal coins. How about a 10th company? 10 consecutive miracles happen, right? Lin Chen licked his lips. He clicked on the junior lottery system directly. Test the water first. Start walking 10 times in a row. The junior turntable spun crazily. Cards appeared in front of Lin Chen one by one. There was also a free gift cards, 11 cards in total. The first card, thank you for your patronage. The second card, thank you for your patronage again. The third card. Lin Chen's face is getting darker and darker. Damn it, this is a lottery, you are robbing it. Thank you for your patronage. Are there 2 white souls left? One of them is still a gift. Lin Chen immediately burst into flames. The bully next to him was startled. Lin Chen directly put the 200 unknown white souls into the system storage space without even looking at it. What's the use of this thing? When Lin Chen come down and look at the lottery panel in front of you. Do it again. Lin Chen gritted his teeth and looked at the lottery panel in front of him. Beginner. Starting from 10 consecutive walks. 1,000 evolution points will be deducted. When the 11 cards are opened again. An unknown white soul. The rest. Thank you all for your patronage. Lin Chen's face couldn't be more shameful. This garbage system is definitely targeting me. Lin Chen murmured. With red eyes he looked like a gambling dog, with a mentality about to explode. If there is any chance, I won't believe it. Lin Chen's eyes were red. Let's go to the intermediate lottery. 10 consecutive rounds. Gold, gold, gold. Different from the cards that appeared in the primary lottery, in the intermediate lottery, light groups jumped out one by one. 11 light groups appeared in front of Lin Chen. The first one was White Soul. Lin Chen's face turned dark. This is 10,000. The second one is Pet Beast Spirit Fluid. The third one is Purple Soul. Damn it, it's shipped. Sure enough, I'm not an African chief. There's something wrong with this garbage system. Lin Chen jumped up. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 9. Purple King Quality Soul. I just don't know what it is. Lin Chen. I was a little excited. Intermediate 10 companies, a total of 5 white souls, 1 purple soul, 3 thank you for your patronage, and 2 green souls. Then Lin Chen looked at it carefully. White soul, normal, can slightly improve the star beast's qualifications. Then there is nothing more, a piece of trash that doesn't even have a name. King Hun, excellent, can improve the qualifications of star beasts of bronze and below. Lin Chen touched his chin. This thing was simply worthless. It would be a pity to throw it away and it would be tasteless. Even if I am promoted to silver, does it have anything to do with me? What's the use? It's not like this world doesn't have things that can improve the qualifications of star beasts. Finally, Lin Chen looked at the biggest gain of this lottery. Purple Soul, Soul of Kakashi. Purple King, Limited, can be used by Thunder Attribute and Spiritual Attribute star beasts. Note, it has extremely rare characteristics, 55 to open. It can be opened at 55 as long as it does not exceed a big rank. Lin Chen. Cowhide. Suddenly Lin Chen remembered something, that is, after spending 10,000 yuan, the black market will open. Thinking of this, Lin Chen looked at the system panel. Sure enough, there are 2 more black market options on it, and the most important thing is that there is a 10% off sign on it. Lin Chen, click to open the black market. 10 kinds of items appeared in front of Lin Chen. Lin Chen's breath froze, and the golden light directly blinded Lin Chen's eyes. The first thing that catches your eye is a man with a crescent-shaped beard holding a childish sword. He is a fierce blue man and the strongest in the world. Dad. Wait for the title of Blue Man. Golden Legend. Lin Chen almost didn't make a move to grab it. After looking at the price, Lin Chen's eyes darkened and he almost fainted. That string of zeros made Lin Chen stop reading. 1 million. That's 10 million federal coins. Why don't you just ask me to rob it? Even after the 10% discount, it was still a price that Lin Chen couldn't afford. But looking at the side, there is something beyond the evolution point. There is another currency. Soul. Lin Chen got the news when he was concentrating. The essence of the soul needs to be decomposed to obtain the soul. To decompose the soul, you need a decomposing machine, but Lin Chen doesn't have one. You still need to buy the decomposer yourself. So damn dark. This garbage system, Lin Chen continued to read with a dark face. In addition to the soul, there are other things, such as some materials and so on. After confirming his eyes, it is something that a poor guy like Lin Chen can't afford. The last thing is the decomposition of the soul. The machine appeared in front of Lin Chen. The price is not expensive. It shouldn't be said that it costs nothing. The price above is 0. But Lin Chen feels that it is not simple. The decomposition machine does not cost money, but the soul costs money. The essence of the soul comes from things that are decomposed from the soul. In other words, he has to spend money to extract white souls, green souls, and other souls that have little effect on him to decompose them. Thinking of this, Lin Chen felt that he was trapped in a trap. What the hell? What a scam! The black market refreshes every 24 hours. Lin Chen felt heartbroken when he thought of this. He felt like he had lost 100 million, and then he took out the soul decomposer. What a scheming, Lin Chen gritted his teeth and looked at the system panel. Then he closed the black market. Whitebeard's soul needs the essence of 100,000 souls. Lin Chen now wants no money, no soul, and no soul essence. Let's try to decompose one first. Lin Chen looked at the soul decomposition machine. He put a white soul directly into the decomposition machine. The decomposition machine started to shake. Lin Chen's eyes twitched when he saw it. He felt that this garbage decomposition machine might explode at any time. Ding! A crisp sound sounded. Lin Chen looked at the decomposition machine and directly revealed a total of 10 small white light groups the size of fingernails. White souls can decompose 10 soul essences, so 10,000 souls are needed to produce 100,000 soul essences. What about the cyan soul? Lin Chen slowly thought. Putting a blue soul in it will decompose 20 soul essences. Lin Chen's face darkened. He also needs 5,000 green souls. What the hell? Sure enough, this system is not only about money, but also about liver, Lin Chen's face turned darker and darker when he thought of this. As for the liver, where is the liver? How can you be rich without liver? 6 white souls, plus 2 green souls, one decomposes the essence of 100 souls, except for in addition, there are 1,000 evolution points that are useless. 130,000 are just gone. Hee, Lin Chen smiled nervously. Garbage system, Lin Chen said lightly, with an indifferent expression, and closed the system panel with heartache. He was lying on the sofa like a salted fish who had lost his dream. The bully on the side was watching with relish. Looking at Lin Chen, who was like a salted fish on the side, his eyes were full of doubts, but then he turned his head again and continued to watch his own video. Lin Chen simply ate a little in the evening. He fell directly on the bed and went to sleep. The next morning, Lin Chen saw that the machine was still open projection, looking at Zhenxiang's bully who is lying down. Wake up the bully, feed the bully some spiritual fruits, take 2 light attribute crystals, and a few spiritual fruits and set off to school. Logically speaking, Lin Chen should have met his classmates and been trained by the school for a month, but Xiao Sa seemed to have other plans for him. Lin Chen thought about it and went to see Xiao Sa. After all, Xiao Sa said it yesterday. Carrying it on his back, Bao Linchen went out. Unfortunately, there was no space to store the ring, and Lin Chen couldn't afford it. Anyone would cost more than 1 million. For a poor guy like Lin Chen, that was a sky-high price, and it's still not enough now. With $1 million, if Lin Chen hadn't already thought about his future path, Lin Chen really couldn't borrow as much as Xiao Sa did. When we got to school, it was already summer vacation. In addition to the college entrance examination for the senior year of high school, the senior high school students had to take the college entrance examination. School was over for the first and second grade students, and Lin Chen went directly to Xiao Sa's office. Opening the door, Lin Chen walked directly in. "Principal, here I come," Lin Chen shouted. "No, did you say you would call me brother?" Xiao Sa buttoned her greasy hair and got up from the sofa. Lin Chen looked at the sloppy Xiao Sa with a twitching corner of his mouth. "Well, what does brother Xiao want from me?" Lin Chen asked Xiao Sa. "It's not a big deal, I'm just giving you a training camp, no, a special training session. You just signed the contract and you're too weak. It's basically impossible to get into the top 10, Xiao Sa said slowly. "Lin Chen. Why don't you believe it? Don't think that your epic qualifications are amazing. There are 6 billion people on the Holy Orchid planet. Do you think you are the only one? Moreover, the geniuses passed down in the family have unequal starting points. Their star beasts have all been together since childhood. Whether it is tacit understanding or strength, they are not comparable to these young star beasts," Xiao Sa said slowly. Beast Tamer, Divine Beast Tamer. Author, I am Lao Wu. Chapter 10. Of course Lin Chen knew that although he was sometimes neurotic, it was still understandable. To put it simply, it was a class issue, and those families could also be understood as wealthy families. People who are born into wealthy families have more choices in terms of qualifications and types of star beasts. If they have raised star beasts since childhood, just kidding, they really treat them like trash. How can such a big lead be so weak? But fortunately, the Federation also knows that the wealthy families are in the minority after all. For the sake of fair competition for the younger generation of the Federation, of course, this fairness itself is unfair. But it's already very good. All those participating in the college entrance examination competition must use the star beast signed by you before the college entrance examination. This is a rule. Otherwise, just play chicken. Many of the star beasts that people have grown up with have already undergone second or third evolution. So isn't it just fun for these cubs to fight? The strength may be limited by the beast master itself, but it is only a matter of thought to break through. Therefore, it is not fair for those wealthy families to participate. However, it is already very good that the Federation can achieve this level. This is the gap caused by innateness, which cannot be made up in a short time. Even if Lin Chen had a cheat, he would be invincible if he had a cheat. No, no. I know all this, but I don't understand why Brother Xiao is helping me so much. I don't believe Brother Xiao is because of my qualifications. Lin Chen looked at Xiao Sa and said. Xiao Sa looks like a greasy man in his prime, but in fact he is an old monster who has lived for hundreds of years. He has seen so many geniuses. 500 years, really you must have slept through it. Of course, it's not just for you. On the one hand, it's rare for a good young talent to appear in Zhenglan Middle School. On the other hand, it's also for myself, Xiao Sa said slowly, looking at Lin Chen with a hint of admiration in his eyes. Ordinary people would not think about this. After all, it is a matter of vision. Lin Chen relied on his own qualifications and could not see clearly his own genius. How many people can see themselves clearly like Lin Chen? Lin Chen looked at Xiao Sa with a hint of doubt. It's not like those old men from the Federation were exiled here because they committed some crimes. They said they need me to train a student from one of the top 10 federal schools before they can go back. These old men still don't allow me to use my own resources. Why? Xiao Sa said with a dark face. Lin Chen's mouth twitched. He felt more and more that the Xiao Sa was not simple. The old man of the Federation would directly exile him here. Brother Xiao, I take the liberty to ask, what on earth did you do? Lin Chen asked Xiao Sa cautiously. It wasn't a big deal, I just killed a few trash, one of whom seemed to be some kind of general's grandson or something. Xiao Sa touched his chin and said casually. Lin Chen's mouth twitched. Isn't this a big deal? There are 10 generals in the Federation. Thinking of this, Lin Chen's scalp went numb. He couldn't help but step back a little and keep his distance. You're a young man, you're not a big man, but you're very thoughtful. Put it down, you're not from the Shenlong Empire, you're from other empires, whatever, just kill those rubbish, what else can you do? Xiao Sa curled her lips and said. Now, you know why I helped you. It has been almost 30 years since I arrived on this planet, and only now has an epic little monster appeared in you. If I don't train myself well, who knows when I will be able to leave here, Xiao Sa said a little bored. Lin Chen. So, boy, I put my treasure on you, he he. Xiao Sa looked at Lin Chen, narrowed his eyes and said with a smile. Well, Brother Xiao, let me ask you weakly, which federal university is the best? Lin Chen looked at Xiao Sa and asked. Of course it is Shenlong University. If you dare to go to Bald Eagle University, believe it or not, I will kill you, Xiao Sa said in a deep voice. I know, Lin Chen nodded. It seems that Xiao Sa and this Bald Eagle University have a big grudge. Don't think about it, I just don't like those bird people at Bald Eagle University, Xiao Sa curled her lips and said. Okay, enough gossip, follow me now and start special training, but given your weak foundation. Train with your star beast, Xiao Sa said in a deep voice. Although it is indeed good for you to play star beasts, don't underestimate those guys who come from aristocratic families. Although the Federation stipulates that they cannot use star beasts that have been raised together since childhood, but even if the star beasts signed with you yesterday, they have provided by the family, the quality is definitely not bad. So I train even harder. I don't expect you to be number 1, just to be in the top 100, Xiao Sa said slowly. He led Lin Chen to a special white training ground. Of course I know this, but how do you train, Brother Xiao? Lin Chen asked Xiao Sa. This is a special gravity room that can adjust gravity. From today on, you and your star beast will stay in this room, no matter what you do. As for how to practice, that's your business, Xiao Sa said in a deep voice. A good beast master will tailor a training plan for his star beast, but since this is your first time, let me remind you that books are all fake, practice is the truth. The light soldier elf itself only had an attack skill of light elemental mimicry before it evolved. Melee combat is the most important means of attack for the light soldier elves. Speed, strength, and physical strength are essential, Xiao Sa said slowly. Lin Chen. Although what Xiao Sa said is very reasonable, it is aimed at ordinary light soldier elves. At least bullies are not like this. But what Xiao Sa said is also the most basic. That's right. The most important thing, no matter how special the bully is, speed, strength, physical strength, this is essential. Write it down in that little notebook. Another thing is to contact more mimicry skills and try to condense weapons at will. This is the only attack method of the light weapon elves, and it must be cultivated well. Xiao Sa explained his understanding of the light soldier elf to Lin Chen. Lin Chen nodded, it is indeed the case, and it is also in line with the characteristics of the light soldier elf. But, Brother Xiao, what about food? I also bought the bully so many things at home. Lin Chen said slowly. Bully, Xiao Sa looked at Lin Chen with strange eyes. This is my light soldier elf. I don't like the name I gave him. Lin Chen said helplessly. Okay, you have a lot of character. You don't have to worry about those things. I'll ask someone to bring them to you. If you need anything, just tell me, Xiao Sa said in a deep voice. Good, Lin Chen is not polite anymore. Anyway, he still owes a lot of debts, and it doesn't matter if he owes more.